in the name of Saint Borbarad, his forbidden knowledge and his divine power. Today is the day of the first paladin. From this day on will blood wake blood. Freedom through pain, power through will. Every human a mage. Upon this altar do I offer my tribute. Flesh unborn, souls pure and unblemished. In eternal Borbarad's name. Atoki Oruk Zulgarok, Oxalaminja, Idiz, Raki Zulgarok.
Almost 20 winters have passed since Borbarad covered East Aventuria with a pall of undeath and corruption. Those who fought were crushed. Those who capitulated became villains in their own right. Only those who fled escaped the endless column, in which the dead did march from battlefield to battlefield. Symbol of his dominion burst under the God's Blade's seventh stroke. Out of the ruins of his empire arose the cursed Shadowlands. Terrible warlords fought for power, bringing fates far worse than mere death upon those living there. And so it was that we too fled. All your lives fled, until the war goddess Rondra's knights freed the city of Warunk. Here we might live, finally find peace, Chiron. We must not fail.
She ran here. That's all I know. I guess she didn't like that marriage your father arranged.
My family is none of your business.
All right, none of my business. Can I go now?
Not yet. That gate, where does it lead?
The deeper tunnels of Moloch Mountain. That's all I can tell you. Never dared going down there.
Well, I'll get her out.
The gate is closed for a reason. Moloch Mountain is full of danger and dark secrets.
The undead are the less dangerous of what's in there. Wolf lizards, demon spawn.
By the Dark Mother, your sister could be dead already.
Listen to me. I will go in, and I will leave. With her. And you can go now.
Fast as lightning, and just as foolish as your sister.
I learn from the best.
Your arrogance will be the death of you one day.
Come on, Father. The only risk was slipping on their guts.
Enough. We're here to find Calandra. Someone has to bring her to her senses.
To her senses? You're forcing her into this marriage and then asking her to be reasonable? I would have done the same thing.
So you think she's right to just run off? To risk both your futures through her selfishness? She has responsibilities. She has to learn that.
Our future. Calandra marries Folk of Arivor and everything will be fine. We will be decent Warunkian citizens and live happily in peace and prosperity to the end of our days.
She means as much to me as she does to you. You know that. That's why we have to find her before it's too late.
We three have managed pretty well so far.
Warunk is more than just some refugee camp we've been stuck in.
A glimmer of light in the darkness.
The only free city in the Shadowlands. If we stick together, our running can end here. No more icy roads. Never again night watch, no demon spawn attacks, and no more hiding places full of stinking corpses. That's a lot, even if only a part of it comes true.
A beautiful dream. Why did she come here, of all places?
Moloch Mountain is more than just a simple cave. The countless tunnels can lead one to age-old secrets. Fair Drodon's laboratories. The foundation of the Golden Pyramid. Realm of the Dragolich, Razazor.
Undead and black magic. The people of Warunk have had more than enough of both in recent years. No wonder they avoid this place.
An ideal hiding spot for someone who's not afraid of the creatures that lurk in this place.
Calandra doesn't know Folk. She'll only marry him to help us. She'll never really love him.
Folk of Arivor is a good match. He's a knight of Rondra, the goddess of war.
And?
He fought on the front line when Warunk was freed. If anyone can protect Calandra, he can.
Calandra can look after herself. And like you're always saying, heroes don't live long.
This marriage gives us the right to stay in Warunk. That's what counts. Besides, you know your sister. Sooner or later, he'll be eating out of her hand.
Calandra has a mind of her own. She's more likely to stand naked in the marketplace than agree to this wedding.
A stubborn girl who loves her freedom.
Just as stubborn as you are.
You mean because I don't want to be treated like a cripple? Nice of you. But that's what happens when you fight battles that can't be won. Do you want your sister to end the same way?
No.
Look, listen to me. To Calandra, this is about more than just a place to hide. She knows that we will find her and bring her back to Folk. And that's why she's not here alone.
Don't tell me she's here with a man.
Folk wants a virgin bride. She knows that.
It's all your fault. She was never allowed to talk to boys her own age, and now she has to marry a stranger.
And I never left the two of you alone. And I always forbade you from tending one another's wounds. And now, it's no wonder that she takes whatever she can get. I had my reasons. Just believe me.
Time is running out. I'm going. You stay here and... yes, wait out here and protect my back.
Be careful in your search. The people of Warunk say that there are more than just lizards and undead here.
I've heard of this Black Hand. Another demonic terror from our list.
Stay away from him. He's deadly and you are alone. Just find Calandra and bring her back. I'll wait outside. And no matter what happens, or how badly hurt Calandra may be, do not mix your blood.
It hasn't happened yet, and it's not going to happen this time either. you?
Chiron, I knew you'd come.
I knew you'd get yourself into trouble. You need help right away.
No! Get father. I'll wait here.
Calandra, listen to me.
Don't. We're both wounded. You might mix our blood.
Father and his cursed rules. If I don't bind your wounds immediately, you'll die.
Please, Chiron. We don't know what will happen.
Hold still. Was it worth it? Just to delay the wedding? And with this man?
Chiron, don't be such an idiot.
So it had nothing to do with the wedding?
It's about all these people. That man kidnapped them. I think he wants to... Oh, that would be so terrible. We must save them.
Then hold still.
What was that? Something's different. Do you feel it too?
We can think about that later, if we survive or whatever that is.
You hold the fort. I'll watch your back.
Can you fight?
I'm tougher than you think. And after that, whatever it was, the bleeding stopped. And take this potion. You're more likely to need it than I.
You've got a healing potion?
I didn't take it because I thought that the monsters had trampled the bottle when they tore off my bag. You're lucky I didn't have time to crawl over there earlier.
Why didn't you tell me about the healing potion?
Do you really want to discuss that now?
Forget it.
How did you do that? You just cut down a servant of the Netherhells, and we're both still alive.
If I hadn't saved you, there'd be no wedding. No wedding, no wedding feast.
You're a fool. But seriously, that was more than just the courage of despair. It was magic.
Magic? Because my blood mixed with your blood? What is the kidnapper up to? And what do you have to do with it?
At first, I thought he was an interesting guy. I really misjudged that one. I saw him last night near our tent with a little girl. His hands, his face covered in blood. I have no idea how old that girl was. Maybe 12? She cried and begged for mercy as he dragged her off. I snuck along behind him to kill him when the time was right. On the way here, he just knocked a woman down and took her with him.
Last night? It's already getting light out there.
Next time I'll wait until you're awake too. But I lost his trail on Moloch Mountain. The beasts here all avoided him like the plague and attacked me instead. So come on! We have to stop him before he does something to those two!
How could our blood have such an effect? I only know of magicians who perform magic with their blood.
The Borberadians. Father has hated them ever since we were children. Remember how he always used to curse them when he was drunk?
You mean that's the reason for the eternal prohibitions and the secretiveness? That dog has known it all these years.
He loves us. We know that. Why wouldn't he tell us about something so important?
He's gonna have a few questions to answer when we get back. This man, you didn't leave with him because of that. I mean, to prevent the marriage with his help.
Have you nothing better to do than worry about my virginity?
I am your brother.
And that is the only reason why you're not getting your ears pinned back. But just to reassure you, you and Father can sleep peacefully in the knowledge that the little sweet rose Calandra has not been picked before her marriage.
That is all I wanted to know. Time is running out. If we want to free the prisoners, we have to hurry.
One more thing. I found this on one of the corpses here.
A deed to a house in the East Quarter.
I knew the dead man. His name was Praedan Carstig, a fishmonger from Mendina who somehow got citizenship here. Something here has disfigured him horribly. We should really return the deed to his family.
You do it. You knew him. We're not going to enrich ourselves at that family's expense.
You know what Father would say. Chiron, we really could use that money to survive.
Yes, Father, but I'm not going to tell you that for once I thought of others.
Son, you're much too decent. One day you'll throw yourself into a yawning abyss on someone else's behalf.
And just to spite you, I'll do it gladly.
Fine. Then let's get a move on. The kidnapper awaits.
Fresh blood. We've found them.
I can't find a lock or any kind of mechanism. Still, there must be a way to open this door somehow.
Is anyone there?
Behind the door. Those must be the prisoners.
Oh, the gods, help us! Help us before he returns!
How many of you in there? Are you all right?
We're 7. He performed this ritual on us. So much blood! So much blood!
We're not going to be able to open this door. We will have to force the kidnapper to release them.
If he comes back, he'll eat us all!
Eat!
He will pay for this. We'll be back soon to free you. Hang on!
No! Don't leave us in here! Please don't!
The Dragolich Razazor's Golden Pyramid. Impressive that so much of it is still standing.
Again, fresh bloodstains. We're on the right track.
This gate is even more massive than that door earlier. We need to find out how to open it. Maybe there's a switch or something. Strange design. Maybe it could be used to open the pyramid.
Or the metal door in the hallway. Are you going to be able to do that?
Shouldn't be too hard to handle. Have a look around. Maybe you can still find something interesting.
Damn! It's a trap! longer!
Almost there.
Longer!
Ah! Oh, shit!
Let's get out of here! I'm gonna chop your head off so you never eat again.
You sick bastard!
I'm gonna chop your head off so you never eat again.
Are you alright?
I was burned, bitten, and paralyzed. But I'm still a virgin, so I guess everything's in order. Kill him. He should suffer the same way the people he's eaten did.
If that's what you want, then put an end to it, and do it quickly. But know that all those whom I have already collected will die with me.
We're gonna open that door. I'm interested to see if it's harder than your head.
My supplies are bound to me by blood magic. I prefer them living. I am the only one who can release them. I can do that if you let me go, but if I die, they will die a slow and painful death. And don't even think of trying to capture me. I will leave this place a free man, or a dead one.
You can't ask us to decide that!
I do what I please. So, do we negotiate?
Why did you do it? What did you think it would bring you?
Many years ago, I discovered the teachings of Saint Borbarad. Everyone is a magician, if they are only strong enough to free themselves from the yoke of their conscience. This is Borbarad's promise. His teachings open the sway of my willpower to me. The blood opens doors through which only the best can pass.
What? You have to eat other people to do blood magic?
The real power isn't in the blood. The real power is in the flesh. I was the first to recognize that, and I will therefore triumph over all those too blind to see. What value the life of a weakling, when its sacrifice can increase the might of the strong?
Why did you do it? What did you think it would bring you?
Many years ago, I discovered the teaching. Everyone is a magician, if they are only strong enough. The real...
Your blood magic binds your prisoners to you. Disgusting, but still just ordinary magic.
It is my spell, fed from my blood. You are too weak to break it.
And why shouldn't other magic be able to break that bond? If your spell is so powerful, why should I believe you can even break it yourself to free your prisoners?
Because you don't have a choice.
What should we do with him?
It could have been so easy. Kill the villain, save the innocent, and bask in the glory. Instead, we have to decide between letting all these people die or letting a cannibal go free. In the end, there is no right or wrong here, only the decision and its consequences. Now run him through!
I know what I have to do. You'll never eat again. Go to hell!
Charon's blade slid into the cannibal's body with a moist, visceral sucking sound, and dark blood gushed onto the ground. The man-eater was vanquished, the danger over. Charon felt the magic power of that blood make its way inexorably to the cavern in which the prisoners languished. Long, agonizing screams of death echoed from dozens of throats through the corridors of Moloch Mountain. The cannibal had not lied. With his death, his victims too were obliterated. The siblings silently made their way back. News of the cannibal's end had spread in Warunk like wildfire. The refugee camp had paid the highest toll, and it was there that Charon and Calandra were celebrated for their courage. Some families, however, did not join the festivities. Too great was the grief and anger at their fathers and daughters having had to die so painfully. Well, son, some rough days, yes? The cannibal story has caused a sensation. Everybody is talking about you. Many people in Warunk are rejoicing because the cannibal is dead. But you made enemies.
Somebody had to make a decision.
I'm sure that you gave your very best, son. There's something else.
What?
I wanted to thank you for bringing Calandra back.
Forget it.
And is everything fine with her?
Yes, damn it. Falk will receive a bride as pure as the first snow and as chaste as the sun god Praos. And if he's lucky, she won't have starved to death or died of the plague before the wedding either.
It's not my fault that Falk hasn't got us out of here yet. And it's not my fault that the archdemon of disease is sowing her oats here. Falk does show his goodwill, and he uses his influence for us. And that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about.
Is he going to give us passes for the old town now?
He got us some extra rations. We're supposed to pick them up from the food line at the Prior's temple.
What? Just like that?
Of course not. Falk wants to hold a banquet at which we're to get to know his mother.
Just like Falk, ingratiating himself with extra rations. Now he wants to buy us, just as he bought Calandra.
It's high time Calandra married. Good for you, too.
What do you mean?
I think you know full well, Chiron. Did you really think that I never noticed the way you sometimes look at your sister?
Careful, old man. Careful.
If I'm wrong, that'd be a pleasant surprise.
People here are starving.
Yes, but Falk goes in for grand gestures. This attention will raise his bride above all the other refugees, and her family too. If we were to give away the leftovers from the feast, we might gain a little respect.
Falk wants to present his mother? Who is she? Why did she come here, and why now?
All I know is that she is supposed to be a lady of noble lineage. Your sister is marrying into a noble family.
Wealth blinds people, just like power. You've told us that time and again.
I have always made sure you survive. And that's what I'm going to do here. We can get all moral later.
If Falk would just get us out of this pest hole, I'd prefer that to any feast.
The Warunkians are protecting themselves against the plague, so they only let strangers into the old town with the Rondrians' permission. I'd do the same in their place. No one even knows what kind of plague it is, or where it comes from. People say that the archdemon Mishkara herself brought it here, and maybe they're right. None of the archdemons can be pleased to know that the war goddess Rondra now reigns in Warunk.
What exactly am I supposed to do for Falk?
He got us some extra rations. We're supposed to pick them up from the food line at the Prior's temple.
What? Just like that?
Of course not. Falk wants to...
I'll go to the Prior's temple. My stomach has been growling for hours.
Good. Be careful and come back as soon as you get the food.
Travier, smile upon you. Chiron, right?
Have we met?
My name's Rika. If you want to know anything about the city, then I'm the one to ask.
I haven't been here long. How do you know my name?
Is that supposed to be a joke? Everyone's talking about you.
Who would have thought that it would cause that much of an uproar to kill a cannibal?
It's not just about the cannibal. People miss their relatives. The refugee camp has paid a heavy price.
When the next cannibal comes up, they're welcome to make the decision by themselves.
What can I say? I haven't lost anyone. I only mean that the mourners in front of the Prior's temple might disagree.
So, people talk about my sister, and about my future brother-in-law, huh?
Yes, about that too. A marriage to Fulk of Arivor, hero of the liberation.
That's so romantic.
His Grace the Necromancer's Bane, Warunkian Plague Bailiff and Metropolitan Yarkon's watchdog.
The girls really envy your sister. Anyone here would marry Fulk in a second. The wife of the second highest Rondrian in the country. If I weren't already spoken for, I could get to like that myself.
What responsibilities does Fulk have as a plague bailiff?
Strictly speaking, to keep us under control. The Warunkians are afraid of everything that comes out of the camp because of the plague here. That is why they've closed the gates. No one can enter the old city from here without Fulk's consent.
Rondrians. Discipline and order.
Someone has to do it. I would rather be locked in here and let them inspect me regularly for pustules than have to fear for my soul outside the walls. The city guard would never be able to manage it alone. They have enough trouble with the real criminals. That's why they need the Rondrians.
What do people have to say about Fulk's role in the liberation?
I wasn't there, but it must have been truly impressive. They say he stormed into the upper town first, much faster than the other Rondrians. The necromancers were so afraid of him that they spirited themselves away. He hardly even had a chance to slay any of them.
Strange. Necromancers aren't usually that jumpy. Not even around Rondra's Daons. They could have sent dozens of demons up against him.
Maybe he negotiated with them.
With necromancers? As a Rondrian? Not likely. It's also strange that he managed to get so far on his own. The upper city looks well protected.
Of course. He's a hero, like you.
You exaggerate.
No, I do not. A hero is a hero, and that's all there is to it. And even if it's not true, why should people stop dreaming that things will get better? That wouldn't help matters any.
What responsibilities does Fulk have as a plague bailiff?
That is...
Ron.
Someone has to... The city...
What can you tell me about Warunk before the liberation?
By the Dark Mother, a lot has happened since Metropolitan Yarkon and his Rondrians kicked the necromancers out. The undead dragon Razazar ruled here for many years and rebuilt the whole upper town. He is said to have had a splinter from Borbarad's demon crown. He paved the roads with skulls and built a huge golden pyramid on Moloch Mountain. People say that the dragon was killed in a battle in the west when he attacked the imperial city of Gareth. Apparently, he killed half of the Warunkians in order to raise their corpses as undead soldiers for the attack. And that was only a fraction of his army.
Gareth. They say the city was almost completely destroyed in the war. Better than years of occupation like you had here.
Over a dozen years. Then came the thunderstorm, the chariot of the goddess of war wanderer. Her lightning bolt must have lit up the whole sky. Then Moloch Mountain exploded, and debris rained down all over the city. Everyone thought the day of liberation had come, but the Rondrians took their own sweet time about it. Long enough for the Council of Necromancers to settle in, and also for the Soul Collector.
The Soul Collector, a mighty servant of the archdemon Thargunitoth. It is said that he rips your soul out if you get too close.
Yes. Oh well, I found the nightmares worse, because they got even worse while he was in power.
Is it true that he still has the Thargunitoth splitter from the demon crown?
No idea, but there's simply no stopping demons, and the Soul Collector is powerful.
What exactly distinguishes a Metropolitan from a normal Rondrian?
The Metropolitan is the leader of the Rondrians here, a very powerful man, people say. Yarkon of Turyalef is a veteran fighter, a real hero, but pretty strict. Falk is his deputy, but he serves the Goddess of War, Wanderer, like all the other Rondrians. And like the other Rondrians, he should fight honourably and protect the people from evil. If you want to know more, you should ask a Rondrian.
I think I have a rough idea now. You're already taken? Who's the lucky one?
Rio. My beautiful Rio. He wasn't quite as handsome as Falk, and his moustache wasn't as splendid, but he was my Rio.
What happened to him?
Oh, the plague. The great exodus, you know. He left with the sick people. My Rio is a real hero.
What was this exodus you mentioned?
Have you seen the yellow symbols on the houses? They mean danger, plague. No one knows what kind of plague it is, but it's been raging for months now. When it got really bad, and even our benevolent Margrave Sumadan wanted to throw the sick out of the city, this preacher showed up. He called himself Gamat. He had a talisman which couldn't heal people, but could at least ease their suffering a bit.
And he led the sick out of the city? Why did they follow him? Only death awaits them out there, at best.
That's what I said too, and stayed here. But he told the people that redemption awaited them in Clawmore. Salvation from Mishkara's caprice, he called it. And my poor Rio went with him. Maybe I should have stopped him. But Rio was so beautiful, with all his faith and all his passion. I just had to let him go. See you soon, Chiron.
Please, anything you have got spare.
Greetings. Where are you going today? Aren't you this Chiron everyone is talking about?
That's me.
Then you have my deepest respect. The city guard feels honored referring to you as the cannibal killer of Warunk.
Innocent people died too.
The prisoners were refugees. Only one true Warunkian died. Don't get me wrong on this, but we can consider ourselves lucky that the whole thing turned out so peacefully.
My decision was tough, but it was right. The cannibal's dead. That's what counts. How is it possible that nobody saw the cannibal?
He was hiding in Moloch Mountain. Nobody dares go there, and he seems to have been hunting only at night.
Sounds a bit thin as an explanation.
Whatever. But why are you here, then?
I want to go to the market.
Do you have a pass, then? Risk of plague, you understand?
No, but I'm healthy.
No pass, no entry. I'm sorry.
Hey, what do you need?
murderer!
Listen, you don't know what you're talking about.
You caused my brother's death. Was it worth it just for wiping out some cannibal? Sooner or later, it'll happen again and we'll all die.
Your brother died for the life of others. He had bad luck. Accept it.
How can you be so cold? May the gods forgive you.
Rhondra, smile upon you.
I'm supposed to pick something up here.
Get in line like all the rest.
Might makes right here. Why should it be any different in the soup line?
Watch your tongue, boy. Otherwise I might teach you some manners.
His Honor Folk of Aravor sent me. My name is Chiron.
You killed the cannibal. The whole quarter is talking about it. His crimes had to be punished. Even if some innocent people had to die, in the end you prevented much worse.
Fewer mouths to feed. One advantage, anyway.
That's not what I meant. Mostly, a hero is the one who makes decisions when others just dither.
Handing out soup for the hungry is not exactly the most honorable profession. Especially in front of the Temple of Priots.
What do you mean?
Haven't the Rondrians been quarreling with the Priots for centuries? For fame? For power? It looks like you already seized the temple as a precaution. Just in case the servants of the Sun God might show up. Nice move.
Against the demons, all 12 gods stand together. And what I think of my orders is none of your business.
Is that disobedience I smell?
Shut up, or I shall teach you some respect.
Not necessary. Hail, Rhondra. Why are you, of all people, standing here handing out soup? Doesn't the Metropolitan have more important tasks for his warriors?
Food is the most precious thing people can hope for in this neighborhood, so one must be able to defend it.
Then it's no better here than out in the Shadowlands.
The difference is, here, anyone who steals is punished. Outside, one can lose his life by accident.
I know. And if you're unlucky, you lose your soul, too.
No. Only those who get involved with demons lose their souls. And even in the darkest of days, when nothing else is true, that you can count on, my son.
Please enlighten me. What makes a Rondrian?
We do our duty, protect the weak, fight the evil, honorable deeds. Ever heard of that, boy?
I see. And that's why the food line is in front of the Temple of Prios.
We aren't even certain it is still a temple. Some scoundrel might have desecrated it. Some impudent, necromantic, God's damned scoundrel.
No! You really think so?
Something one could believe of those blasphemers who only learn respect by the sword.
Come on, give me the extra ration. Obedience is a matter of honor for you, right?
There's a difference between kneeling down and bending over. And it's only the fact that you haven't yet learned that, my son, that saves you from being challenged to a duel. Yet, when the gods are so kind to you, it's only right that you in turn do something for the community. For behold, the plague rages hard amongst those who have nothing. And every helping hand brings sorely needed relief.
Ah. If I don't help some patients, you will find that Rondra's will is miraculous, and I will get nothing.
I see you understand. And by my sword, no command in the world will stop me. Take care of Firenmar, Barnwolf, and Sarabella. They're pious folk. You will not be able to heal them, but at least you can alleviate their suffering. You can find all three here in the refugee camp. 2 of them on this side of the street, and 1 on the other.
All right, I'll do it. I hope those 3 don't affect me.
These bandages will help you. Keep them if you don't need to use them. Sooner or later they will help for sure. And now take the food. Hopefully the right ones may receive it.
I know what I'm doing.
Mother Parain, it hurts so much. Please make it end. Soon.
Maybe I can prevent it from ending like this.
The 12 gods with you. That'll last until the evening at least.
Just a few pieces of copper.
You're not looking well, but you don't smell like the other sick ones.
Sick? No. Warunk's men did this. I didn't have enough with me to pay their fee. When they're done with you, your body feels like it's filled with glowing hot nails.
Try this.
Thank you. Still nails, but they're not glowing hot anymore. Stay away from Warunk. That's what I can give you.
The cop will go away.
If the gods really do exist, why are they letting you die?
The Dark Mother sent you. Every moment in my life is pain. Give me your sword, or finish it yourself.
It's too early to give up.
I thank you. But all the same, I'll soon be with her.
Stop right there.
Get out of my way, or I will make you wish you had.
We saw you at the temple. You didn't go to the back of the line.
I took what was mine to take.
You have a whole basket full of food. Food which could satisfy all our hungers.
This time I was lucky. Maybe next time it'll be you.
Our children are sick. Without food, they may not wake up tomorrow, if they can even fall asleep.
I too have a hungry family.
You and yours, you're only 3. Your basket could feed 12 people. Give it to us, and nobody has to die today.
Here, take it.
Thank you, Chiron. May Mother Travia watch over you. We'll never forget your generosity.
I shared with some hungry people. Falk and his feast shall go to the nameless.
My Chiron, a good soul through and through. Maybe I'll stay here with you and not get married.
Sounds like a plan.
What if the wedding ring suddenly disappears? Or even the Virgin Bride herself?
Nice idea. But if you want to run away again, pick somewhere better than Moloch Mountain. That'll make it easier to bring you back.
It was so charming there.
Fun.
Chiron, listen to me. That magic in Moloch Mountain, I think it woke something in me.
We've both somehow learned to do magic.
Yes?
Maybe we're mages. It's often detected late.
No, that's not what I mean.
What do you mean then?
Chiron,
What is it? What? Why?
At least once. I had to do that at least once before I married Falk.
It was wonderful.
That was the plan, you know. And now?
Well, no one's watching.
Chiron! It's not funny. There should be something special. I'm not some peasant girl happy for a roll in the hay.
No, just a refugee girl who doesn't worry too much about blood relationships.
If If I have to do something forbidden, then it should at least be worth it. That's what my brother taught me.
You must not marry him. We are leaving, both of us. We sell your wedding ring and leave Father some gold here.
I'm afraid it won't be that easy. The wedding ring's gone.
It's gone?
Someone took it from our tent when we were in Moloch Mountain. I discovered the theft just this morning.
The ring was everything we had left, and it was hidden well. The thief must have known exactly where to look.
The smuggler who sold us the ring. He probably gave the thief a hint.
That's why he ran off so quickly. We won't find him, but the thief might still be in Warunk.
Can you find out who stole it? Can you get it back? And I'll search for this smuggler. Let's see how fast he'll run in the end.
Have fun, ferocious one.
Kyron, nice to see you again. Can I help you?
Someone stole something from my family. Did you see anything?
I know only one person around here who would tangle with you. Warunk the Bruiser.
Strange name.
Warunk isn't as harmless as you think. When the Wandrians aren't here, he acts like he rules the refugee camp. He extorts protection money from people, and if they don't pay, he robs them. And he has a lot of people under his command.
Let's see how tough he really is. Where can I find him?
His tent is here in the camp. Really give him something to think about. Gods know he's earned it. He keeps following me around all the time, and I'm running out of excuses.
I'll see what I can do.
Before you go, earlier you helped a few friends of mine. You know, the ones that were so hungry? They wanted to show their gratitude. That's why I'm supposed to give you this.
It bears symbols of Archdemon Thagonotov.
A talisman of Tigikul. Very, very forbidden. If the guards catch Borak with that, we are rid of him.
Oh, I understand. And I'm supposed to plant it on Borak.
I'll distract him while you put the talisman in his chest. It's sure to be somewhere around his territory. Then you rat him out to the guard. That's better than to the Rondrians. Just let me know when you're ready.
What was that bit about Borak again?
His tent is here in the camp. Really give him something to think about. Gods know he's earned it. He keeps following me. I'll just let...
So, Rika. See you.
Kyron, nice to...
So, Rika. I'm ready. Let us honor Master Borak with a handful of doom.
And here I thought you'd never ask.
Borak?
What do you want?
You made me an offer recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did, you sweet, saucy little thing.
Could you tell me again what you meant? I didn't really understand it all.
I mean, it's a shame that a pretty girl like you doesn't have a real protector. You know, a real man.
But the Rondrians protect us. They're powerful warriors, aren't they, Borak?
Of course. You know, you're very special. That's why you should have a very special guardian, too.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Borak. But I know so few people. Do you know of anyone who could protect me?
Well, I could protect you, for example.
But you always have so much to do. All those big deals you're always talking about. Surely that's far too upsetting for me.
I'll be happy to do it, Rika. I'd be happy to do that for you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, that you're willing to protect me just like that. I always knew that you really have a heart of gold, Borak.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I mean...
It would only be until my poor Rio returns. I don't want to be any burden.
I mean, Rio, if he's ever coming back. I mean, Rio's not here. And you need to protect her now, not later. Understand?
What? What is that supposed to mean?
What that's supposed to mean? Tell me, are you really that stupid? Or are you just pretending? Your Rio is never coming back. Never. Accept the fact. You should be grateful to get such an offer from me.
How can you ask something like that? I'm a good girl.
Then to Marascan with you, you silly bitch.
That is so mean of you!
God? The name is Bellalhard. Bellalhard Heusenstamm. Lance Corporal.
Bellalhard.
What do you have to report, citizen? Fellow.
I have demonic machinations to report, Lance Corporal.
Demonic machinations? Where, who, and when?
Borak from the refugee camp. I watched him worship the archdemon Thargunitoth.
Can you prove that?
He had a demonic artifact. If you searched his tent, I'm sure you'll find it.
All right, citizen. Fellow. The city of Warunk would like to thank you for your honesty and your observations. The city of Warunk will look into the matter immediately and find out just what that villain knows. Oh, if it isn't the night of the sorrowful cannons and its baggage. Come with me, Borak. In your dreams, little man, you can't prove a thing against me. You're under arrest for possession of demonic artifacts. And you learned that off by heart. Oh, nice. And now... What? I have no idea how that got in there. We'll ascertain the facts in a detailed interrogation. Therefore, come along. Impossible. I have nothing to do with it. Borak has nothing to do with the chest of his possession. We'll take that down as the first point. I have no idea how that got in there. We'll ascertain the facts in a detailed interrogation. Therefore, come along. Impossible. I have nothing to do with it. Borak has nothing to do with the chest of his possession. We'll take that down as the first point. I have no idea how that got in there. The cough will go away. I'm sure.
Chiron, did you have any luck?
Yes. Now you can just go get yourself all prettied up for Mr. Bridegroom.
Come on, it's not that bad. Maybe I can cheer you up. Do you remember the deed we found in Moloch Mountain? While seeking the smuggler, I ran into Pred and Carstig's wife. Her children were so happy when they got the deed to their house back. They even gave me a couple of herrings as thanks, but I bartered them for something that smells better. Here is your share. Let's say it's a little token of gratitude for my saviour.
Folk, he'll be in here soon.
Chiron, I can't marry him. I know that now. Whatever you may think about us, you and me, please help me.
So we're leaving Warunk, you and I, now.
And father? We can't. There must be another way to get citizenship.
Londra, smile upon you, your grace.
Please, Chiron, help me. Help us.
Calandra, my lovely, how are you? Greetings, Chiron.
I'm all right.
Obviously. I hope you enjoyed my little gift. How unfortunate that you didn't have the decency to wait a moment with the food. I feel it's a question of dignity. At least you spared one half of it.
That?
You will learn it all very quickly, I'm most sure of that. Then may I introduce to you my beloved mother.
Greetings, my dear. Oh, and this young beauty just has to be little Calandra, am I right?
I am pleased to make your acquaintance, highborn lady.
Are you excited? Yes, I would be too. Once you bloom, you will have powers at your command, the likes of which you can now only imagine.
I don't quite understand, dear lady.
The love, the power. You're still just a girl, but soon you will realize what opportunities open up to you once you've become a woman. As an expert recognizes the inner workings of the stars in order to make use of them, so too will your soul one day rise to the greatest of heights.
I'm afraid I still don't quite follow you.
Then tell me one thing. Would you pay blood for a precious gem, or love for a pebble?
I think I do not know.
My, but how pretty you are, little Calandra. We will meet again soon.
I am not listening to any more of this! Chiron, this woman is mad, and this wedding is nothing but a lie!
Such anger, such power.
Of course I understand you, Chiron. It is not easy to let one's own sister go.
You!
You know, a woman would do you good too. Why don't you take this pass and try your luck in the city?
I won't let him have you. Folk of Aravor! You will fall by my hand if need be.
Chiron, please.
Just a few pieces of copper.
Stop right there, loudmouth.
Greetings. I see you've brought help.
You've broken into my chest and put this demon thing in it. And then you ratted me out to the guards.
And now you're here to cry on my shoulder.
Your ears is what I'll cut off and pay to the guy who let me out of prison. Men, get him. 2 girls to the man who brings me his balls.
The cough will go away. Just a few pieces of copper.
Stop! You... men?
Well, you sure showed him, didn't you? Very nice, very nice.
Did you know that guy?
Unfortunately, yes, but I didn't much care for him either.
Has he robbed or blackmailed you?
Neither. He was behind on his payments.
In arrears?
May I introduce myself? I'm Parel Notgelf from the Kreutzer cartel. Warunkian underworld, understand?
I see. You're the debt collector.
More like the leader.
Congratulations.
I like you, boy. Say, maybe you'd be interested in working for us. You could improve your finances, and every once in a while the cartel has a few other things to give away.
We'll see.
You need not decide immediately. Just come to the entrance of Kreutzer Alley if you're interested. I'm sure we'll run across one another.
Sure, why not? Maybe.
See you soon then. The Kreutzer cartel awaits your visit.
I'd like to go to the market. Here's my pass.
Thanks again for the information. We've been after Warunk for a long time, but we could never find any proof or any witnesses. People have been covering for him, probably because they were afraid. Nice to see that someone finally took care of that rogue.
I always try to help.
Absolutely worthy of honor. By the way, the city guard is always looking for capable young men like yourself. Guards do have some benefits. The Forge always supplies us first, and our Sergeant Fergalosh has good connections with our Margrave Sumadan. If you're interested, you can find Fergalosh in our headquarters, east of the market. Just say that I sent you.
My thanks.
Oh, wait. You haven't even shown me your pass yet. I'm afraid I must insist, as I'm sure you'll understand.
You're only doing your duty. Of course I have a pass.
Excellent. Then I wish you an enjoyable and profitable day at the market.
Now my brother's in jail, just because the bloody guards wanted to have someone guilty to show.
Greetings! Nice to see you again. Which reminds me, it would seem I still do not know your name.
Chiron. Why so formal all of a sudden?
You're in the city now, Chiron. Here one tries to cultivate somewhat better manners. Your presence tells me that you are interested in taking on an assignment. Or are there other questions I can answer for you?
You said something about a job.
Well, here in town, there is a delicate balance of power, you know? And sometimes we have some differences of opinion with the guards. And then there are people who take neither us nor the city guards seriously.
What are you driving at?
The whorehouse.
Business slow?
Business is booming, but not for us. The new owner just doesn't want to join us. But, this is strange, not the guard either. He's earning a mint, and all the other citizens can do is watch. I ask you, is that fair?
And what exactly am I supposed to do?
I want you to pay the owner of the whorehouse a little visit and suggest that he give the community its share. There is, of course, a reward.
So I should make it clear to this brothel owner that he has to pay the Kreutzer cartel.
Maybe he wants our protection. Make it clear to him that he is sure to be better off with us than with the guards. His name is Chakran, a rather shady character. The brothel is called the Thorned Rose and is located in Kreutzer Alley. You should be able to recognize it from its balcony, where some of the whores are always on show. Basically, it's a squalid, rotten hole. Be very careful you don't catch anything.
How nice.
And while you're at it, you could also chase down a rumour. It's said he also employs necromancers and undead. It would not hurt for him to realise that those days are now over.
And why are you sending me, of all people, there?
A precaution. If the city guard has anything to do with it, at least you won't cause any unnecessary suspicion on Sergeant Fergalosh's part.
What about the guards? Do they sanction the brothel?
My guess is that they themselves are interested. It is conveniently situated in the middle of Kreutzer Alley. They could have their fun and watch my people like hawks at the same time. In any case, our truce with them is already fragile enough. The brothel owner should therefore decide just whom he wishes to join. Otherwise, the time for talking will soon be over.
Namely, the Kreutzer cartel.
As bravely as I may defend free trade, I even more passionately espouse the freedom of choice. In addition, Sergeant Fergalosh would restrict the brothel's operations or even forbid it. The whores would go hungry and no one would have anything.
Necromancers and undead in a whorehouse. That sounds peculiar.
A lot changed in Warunk under Razazor's rule. If you ask me, people hate change. Some just don't like giving up old habits.
That's disgusting.
That's as may be, but there are rumours that some city guards are regular visitors to the brothel.
What about the Rondrians?
Oh, please. Rondrians hate necromancy, and they're much more disciplined than we are.
What exactly is your role in the Kreutzer cartel, Perel?
Basically, I'm a trader. I can get you everything you need. Just recently, I was able to acquire a piece of amber dedicated to Prios, and I sold it to a smuggler. Which reminds me, I never saw him again. Well, maybe he is away on a trip.
So you do business on the quiet?
The Rondrians and the guards try to inspect all of the food and building material coming into the city. The origin of the goods must, in their opinion, go beyond the merest shadow of a doubt. Goods may only come from pious cities. None of the others would trade with the Rondrians. That only leaves the city of Balok, and we're as dependent upon them as a baby is on its mother's breast. That leads to rationing, to starvation and compulsion. The Kreutzer cartel opposes this tyranny because we stand for freedom. Others call it smuggling. How defamatory.
You call yourselves the Kreutzer cartel?
Look after the Kreutzers and the Thalers will look after themselves. I too started from scratch.
But Kreutzers, the most worthless coins there are. And that's what you named your cartel after?
Nah, but it would be a nice idea. So modest. We call ourselves the Kreutzer Cartel because our headquarters is located in Kreutzer Alley. From there we govern all Warunk, with the utmost of discretion and reserve, of course.
Kreutzer cartel, headquarters, underworld, and you're telling me all this. What if I simply set the guards on you?
They could try. Once.
And then? Kreutzer Alley, wasn't that the center of the resistance against the necromancers?
Oh yes, they were real heroes.
Someone betrayed them. They were all killed most painfully, and then their bodies had to dance for the necromancers.
Oh, you mean the rebels? Yes, they were very brave too.
Two? You think the necromancers were braver?
Well, they were better for business. By the way, I knew the guy who denounced them. Didn't live long.
They fought to free Warunk.
Then let us agree on one thing. Even if they didn't achieve anything, the rebels were very, very brave.
Could Folk of Arivor have something to do with the brothel?
Folk of Arivor? The highly acclaimed Rondrian? What makes you say that?
Let's say we had a little difference of opinion.
Are you serious? You want to take on the Rondrians? I should tell you that they don't play around, even though the idea does amuse me.
Do you know anything more about Folk? Or the Rondrians? Anything?
Yarkon of Turyalev is their leader. He's not in Warunk right now. As far as I know, he's escorting a caravan from Balok. That makes Folk the most powerful Rondrian here at the moment.
Is that all you know?
I tell you what, while you're helping me out here, I can ask around a bit.
So I should make it clear to this brothel owner that he has to pay the Kreutzer cartel.
Maybe he wants our protection. Make it clear to him. The brothel is called...
And what? About your assignment. I'll do it.
Excellent. The owner of the Thorned Rose is a fella named Chakranor. Give him a good kick or two where it hurts most.
Health is a valuable commodity. My prices only reflect that.
Greetings, Dorangras.
I'm Chiron. Belhahad sent me to see you. He said you're looking for capable men.
Are you a capable man, then?
I defeated Borak.
Kangrosh Garashvox. That was you.
Just me, myself, and I.
Then the city guard could really use you. Interested in an assignment?
What kind of assignment are you offering?
A brothel in Kreutzer Alley. Its owner is earning so much money now that the Kreutzer cartel is becoming interested. Protection money, you can.
So, the Kreutzer cartel.
There are also some strange rumors about the services offered there. Disgusting rumors, if you ask me.
Tell me.
Let's say the girls there are maybe not as full of life as they could be.
Who in all the hells would pay for that kind of service?
I don't know, but a beating will be enough to bring the brothel owner to his senses. And of course the guard won't be stingy either. We pay well. So, can I count on you, lad?
So I'm supposed to beat up the brothel's owner?
You should realize just where Angrosh's hammer hangs, but don't cripple him if you can avoid it.
And what happens if I do find signs of necromancers or the Kreutzer cartel?
Then the guards would finally have a reason to search the whorehouse. The cartel would have to realize that too, and that would prevent any disputes. So that's why you have to go, lad, and no one else. If my people show up in Kreutzer Alley, there's sure to be trouble with the cartel.
I get it. Tell me more about this brothel. Why do you think that the brothel owner is interested in a necromancer's services?
I'm sure you've heard. The necromancers had their way in Warunk for years. Eventually the people just got used to them.
The Rondrians pursue necromancers and demon worshippers mercilessly. And you think that doesn't help?
Lad, I've seen people who've gone to their deaths rather than change their habits. That goes for normal Warunkrians just the same as it does for the Kreutzer cartel. And, unfortunately, even for my own lads. Sometimes you have just to live with the fact that people have preferences that stink to high heaven. There's nothing you can do except hold your nose. The Thorned Rose is in Kreutzer Alley. You'll recognize it by the ugly human women on the balcony. The ones dressed so indecently.
And how can I recognize the owner?
His name is Tiakranor. That's all I know.
You said the Kreutzer cartel was blackmailing the owner of the brothel.
At least I can well imagine that their leader, Parel, will soon try. After all, the business is producing more and more gold. We can't allow the cartel to grow any more powerful. If we can get a handle on that whorehouse, then maybe we can finally open a shaft.
What?
We get a chip off the boulder. Oh, how do you bigots put it? A foot in the door. We have to be able to show our presence in Kreutzer Alley without starting a war with the cartel. That can only be done when people are not afraid. Just recently, a civilian came to me to report the theft of a piece of amber. It had a symbol of the sun god Prius carved into it. Right, the stone, not the man. At any rate, he hasn't dared to accuse anyone. And the only ones who come to mind are the Kreutzer cartel. Nothing is sacred to them.
Could Folk of Arivor have something to do with the whorehouse?
By Angrosh's beard, are you mad? Do you not ken what you're saying? I mean, I can't stand the bugger myself, but he must have really pissed on your leg if you're suspecting something like that.
Oh, I have my reasons.
Well, I can't say aught about that. Maybe you'll get a few pointers from the girls in the brothel. But, in truth, no Rondrian can afford to be seen visiting the whores. Bad for morale and so on. Especially if there really are necromancers involved there. The Rondrians would burn the owner at the stake. And they'd be damn well right, for once.
Do I hear a little aversion to Rondrians there?
They may be honourable warriors, but they let others do the dirty work. And the first time you tell them the truth to their faces, out comes the two-handed sword. Many of them only see the world as black and white, fire and water. They forget that there's something in between. The grey, the mud. Let's talk about something else, lad.
Again, but slowly this time. What exactly does this city guard in Warunk do?
One cannot simply abandon the city to itself, or the cartel. Then everything would go to the dragon around here. We're responsible for the lower town, at least for the part the Rondrians grabbed for themselves.
I see. After the liberation, they took their share of the spoils.
Right, we are Margrave's Sumadan's people. That's why we keep ourselves out of the affairs of the Rondrians. Ha! If they have their way, the whole city will soon be holier than a temple.
And what role does the Kreutzer cartel play?
They're criminals, interested only in their profits. Smugglers, thieves, and murderers. And their leader, Parel, is the worst of them all.
Tell me a little more about yourself.
I'm Fergalosh, son of Warunk. 85 years' experience in battle. The last 20 as a mercenary leader. Many of my lads are still working for me.
The Rondrians liberated Warunk, and at least in the western city, they rule pretty strictly. So why does the city need a guard?
Ah, Rondrians. The people fear them, but they don't respect them. No wonder with all that talk about honor and loyalty and such. I'm telling you, lad, you have to know the people to lead them. And I know the people. That's why I'm the sergeant around here.
So I'm supposed to beat up the brothel's owner?
You should realize just where Angrosh's hammer hangs. Then the...
Thank you for your trust, Sergeant.
Do you accept the assignment?
I'll think it over.
Go ahead, lad. I have time.
Snobs in the upper town don't care whether we eat dirt down here or die in our own shit. Sick in a refugee camp where the ones who are hungry. My daughter's nothing but skin and bones.
Yesterday, the cartel went out on another foray. I saw my neighbour again later with this big cut in his neck. There was a breathing
My daughter's nothing but skin and bones.
Well, will you do me the small favour of going to the brothel?
So I should make it clear to this brothel... How...
And what? Well, will you do me...
See you, Perel.